Welcome to Instant Discussions.
Oh, can't
This is
see
our-
it, huh?
No, it's out of frame, yeah. This episode where we discuss the artistic film from director
Artistic
Lars-
film.
Lars von Trier.
The Von
called-
Trapp family.
Called Antichrist.
Yeah. this
Family film
artistic torture porn.
from 2009.
Who chose this?
Lars von Trier chose this one.
Yes, he chose.
And he chose the other fucked up one, right?
Yeah.
Irreversible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, he's
I
I chose
secretly
Old
fucked
Boy.
up.
I
You
chose Old Boy.
You chose Old Boy,
Oh.
saying that it was a fucked up film.
Yeah.
So then I chose Irreversible.
No.
Okay. And then just because I thought we had gotten so far away from Irreversible, and I think
It had been so long.
It had been so long.
Mm-hmm.
Our minds were clean. We were watching, family comedies and this stuff, and we
Although I
just
will
needed
say-
to purge the system a bit.
There was something. I literally paused the film because I thought something was about to happen, and then I got back to it, but then it didn't happen. I was like, oh, thank God.
That's something that happens in these movies, and I mean, I'm still gonna say that this isn't the most fucked up thing that we showed or shows on any of the films.
Yeah. No.
Only to me, there's one thing that
there's different levels of there's different
we'll
types
talk
of
about
fucked
that.
up.
There's different types. There's really different types, and this is definitely one of them. This is a film that I had heard about for a long time, and also heard about in circles of people who are really into non-mainstream films, hipsters, if you will. And this one's often debated as to whether or not it's a film. I've heard people say. They definitely talk. I don't know.
It's a
But
documentary
That was the
or
thing
what?
that annoyed me. People say like, "Oh, it's not really a film." It is. It has a clearly narrative
there's a
story that
story.
goes through it.
It might just get really nuts at the
Oh
end.
yeah, it totally gets
But
nuts.
it has a story.
Let's see how Wikipedia describes the basic films to give people an idea. Because normally I'd say we don't watch these episodes if you haven't seen the movie, but
Tell me how this is not a film.
there are some people. There's some people who I'd say they could probably watch this but not watch the film because they might not. Maybe some people shouldn't watch this movie, but they might want to hear it.
No, some people definitely shouldn't watch it. I agree with that.
Okay,
But-
90% of the population.
But they're saying that it's a movie in that statement.
Yeah, so it definitely is. All right, they say all right, it's an art film. They call it a Danish art film, meaning that it's more into messages than
I'll accept
telling a
that.
story. It follows a horror.
not the Danish part.
It follows horror film conventions and tells a story of a couple who, after the death of their child, retreat to a cabin in the woods. Where the man experiences strange visions.
Oh man, if they only parodied this too.
Oh
Holy shit.
God, they can't go that far. And
no.
and
Nobody
the
would
woman,
have seen it though.
the woman manifests increasingly violent sexual behavior and sadism. The narrative is divided into a prologue, 4 chapters, and an epilogue. Nice, easy things. The film was primarily a Danish production, but co-produced by companies from 6 different European countries. Oh, it was filmed in Germany and Sweden. Sweden's a little bit of a surprise. Germany makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of. Where else could you film a movie like this?
Yeah, Germany.
Florida.
I would have loved them. Oh, yeah, I guess Florida is the only place in the States where you could film it.
Oh, like legit, really?
I don't know.
No. Sorry.
Florida. Just insert.
I don't
Florida
know
joke
other
here.
states. I just know like California. So
It's this one, and then the whole rest of that place, whatever it is there.
I somewhat know Nevada.
So favorite parts. Well, first impressions. Let's go with first impressions, meaning prologue.
I really didn't like this film. And
Well, it's spoilers. Getting to the end of your review here.
well, like I didn't have any. Like I was watching, I was like,
Well, look, favorite.
But, first, this is first impressions first. So
Oh, okay,
first impressions.
first
putting
impressions
on it.
was that it was boring and the slow mo was really slow mo. It was like, okay, visually I enjoyed it.
Okay.
The rest of it, nothing. I was like, okay, let's get to the point. She's walking really slow. Maybe you could say some words. And no. My favorite part was when she goes crazy and she screws the thing into her leg.
Oh
Or his leg.
the grindstone.
Yep.
And I like the really
Yeah.
fucked up visuals. Like Oh, I really like the fox that
The
started
fox?
eating himself. That looked
Chaos.
really cool.
Or like the deer with the abortion like hanging.
Yeah, yeah. So all that's
You picked this.
I picked this sight unseen too. Well, I did watch the movie before picking it for you guys, but
Right.
I already knew I was going to pick it beforehand because it was one that it needed to be talked about.
So those are my favorite scenes.
My first impression, I actually got really, really sucked into it early on. Just the whole, like, I don't know, I'm always fascinated in, like, a relationship, you know, someone trying to help the other person, like, how much is too much and what goes too far, and so that caught my attention, just the troubles in their relationship, and then me yelling at Willem Dafoe's character, I don't remember the name, because he was
It's
just doing
actually-
things so wrong.
I believe it's man
Willem.
and woman.
I think it's Willem.
I believe the character names are man and woman, or he and she. There we go.
Well,
They give no character names in the
by
whole
the way,
movie, so it's
stunt
like-
cock.
yeah, I was pretty sure they didn't have names, but...
Was it?
By the way, stunt cock. Total stunt cock.
Was it?
Totally. William
Did you look
Dafoe
it up?
has to have the wrinkliest cock like ever. That cock
I
was
don't
a
know.
perfect penis.
Look at that smile on his face.
I'm
Exactly.
pretty-
Imagine his dick and his balls. Those things are gonna have wrinkles everywhere. He had a perfect penis.
There
I'm just saying.
was a scene that, unless it was
I think Willem
very,
Dafoe
very,
accepts the
very
compliment.
well edited, wasn't a stunt cock.
No, that was the shower one. The one in the shower had to be a stunt cock.
I'm just saying.
That was like a
There's
baby's
definitely a
arm.
scene
It was just
where
perfect.
it would be hard for me to believe it wasn't Willem Dafoe's cock, and I wouldn't put it past Willem Dafoe to do that either. So,
Eh? I don't. Yeah.
not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. It was good for him.
This is where we need to talk to him. Okay.
So can we look up if it's his cock?
Yeah, let's.
Um,
It does say body doubles were used for most of the explicit scenes.
most of.
Most.
That's
of.
what I'm saying. Most of, but the close-ups that was,
was all
too,
him.
Too nice of a cock.
A wide shot, someone else. The close-ups are all him.
That was a grade A cock. So that
I'm
my
not
first
gay, but
impression.
it was a nice cock.
That was my first impression. Was that I got really sucked into the story.
Yeah.
And then when it started going crazy, it even like got me harder.
I think what I. I think what I really liked about the things I really liked about it was that the story wasn't so overt in it. It's kind of found in bits and pieces throughout it and built together.
Yeah.
So it's more put together, and what you call an art film, it's put together in emotional structures, and you delve into a story emotionally rather than narratively.
Yeah.
As you learn about the loss of their child and how it went about that, and then getting into the craziness in the cabin, and then that women are terrible.
Yeah.
This is the message of the film.
Yes.
If I
That's
got that correctly
moral
in
of the
there.
story. Women are
What was
evil.
it? Vaginacide? Whatever that was.
Yeah, something.
Well, she doesn't
No,
cut off her.
gynocide.
No, I know.
Oh, I'm like, she doesn't cut off her vagina.
No, not the
She
whole
just
thing.
cuts off her.
I was making
Which
fun
is
of
common in many
gynocide.
countries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or in Africa.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
in Africa. Off the clitoris.
General butt fucking naked.
So, worst parts. What did you not least like about the movie?
Everything else.
The-
Right away, I was like, you do not need to be showing this hardcore sex. You do
No.
not. I have RedTube. I masturbate
This is-
constantly. That was not needed.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, when I watched it, I wasn't like, oh my god, they're having sex. I was like, okay, well, they're having sex, and they're showing that for no reason.
I appreciated it, actually, and it wasn't for the fact that there's naked people. That had nothing. It was more of seeing their intimacy and like how they dealt with each other on an intimate level, because there was such the disconnect from he, like all the time, where she wanted to be, after this horrific disaster of their child dying, she's trying to reach out to him just for any kind of positive anything, and because he's her therapist, I can't do that, no, and she's just trying to like look on the positive side, and he just says no.
And then to
And
me, it's the same. It's like the same thing, but opposite. I felt it was trying to be artsy just to try to say they're being artsy, and I was like, it was not needed. It was.
I think it's
fucking cool.
definitely he's very artsy. He's trying things that to some degree he's doing it because you can't do that in a mainstream film, and he's it's not saying, look, mainstream Hollywood's too afraid to do this. But on the other side, you're also getting to show that emotion in that raw way, and it's the interesting relationship that they have where he's her husband first there,
Yeah.
but then because of the trauma that she's going through, because he's got his training as a therapist and he's trying to help her out, because he wants to help her, so he's trying to be her therapist, but it's really tough to do when you're already in that relationship with someone that way, to separate that.
I didn't do my favorite part. My favorite part was that I had to turn it off. Was that I had to pause it.
Okay, so
was my
that
favorite
it
part.
got you
And
so strong because you...
And the specific moment was... I mean, that isn't. It isn't.
Okay.
Because my least favorite part is sort of that it was so gory and everything was because it's like... But I do appreciate the gore in this specific movie. I normally hate gore in movies, but in this movie I appreciate it. I'm kind of weird on that, but my favorite was that I had to pause it, and the moment was when she grabs, I think it was a wrench, but when she went and grabbed it, it looked like a saw blade to me, and that was right after she in the cock, and I thought she was gonna cut off his penis or his balls or something, and I was just like, and they're gonna show it, like that's because it was like this has already gone so far.
They've gone so
they're
far.
They're gonna totally show her. Just and I'm like, they'll pause. I need a break. I can't watch that right now.
Yeah, I can't remember now if I had looked away during some of the scenes too in this one, but it was just.
I did.
Yeah, I'm sure I did remember this one, so I don't even know what all they showed in that. But it's one of these things in watching a film that's that graphic is thinking of it as it's fake.
Right, and I'm even like a makeup artist experience
exactly.
too,
So
but I'm still like, oh god.
You're saying they did a really great job in making that look real.
Not that man, holy crap.
It's an interesting thing to work on in one of those things. It's like
now you need to make this clitoris look real.
Oh my lord! I just saw this.
Video?
Oh my god! Video game?
All right, let's not. All right, least favorite parts then he said is
was the gore best part, and at least it's weird.
Yeah, my least favorite part's definitely the gore. I will also say that the pacing in the beginning was rather slow, but it eventually got there.
That only isn't true for me because I just got so invested in the relationship so soon.
Yeah, I was into it, but it was just that was a little knock on it there.
I was not.
Definitely. You were not. All right.
You were not amused. Ratings?
Yeah, ratings. I actually need to pull up my Netflix thing and see if I gave it a rating right now.
I gave it a 2.
Okay.
I couldn't give it a 1 because some of those things I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. That looked beautiful. But this everything else was just like...
He's a very artistic director. Sorry, it's
It was artistic, but it really to me wasn't. That's why.
It's just because a 2 when other films a 1.
Yeah, that's always the film I'm going to reference back every time.
You're saying that this was better than the
If I had to watch one or the other, it would be this again. Because I'd be like, here comes the fox. All right.
Holy shit. So I'm just gonna move on here. I gave this film. Now I'm gonna give 2 ratings here, and I'm gonna give the reasons why I have 2 ratings. My rating on Netflix is a 3. But I really want to give it a 4.
You just don't want Netflix to know that you would give it a 4?
I just don't want Netflix to think that this is a 4 for me. And damn it, I enjoyed the film, but it's one of those films like Requiem for a Dream where you watch it and then you never see it again.
Yes, definitely. That's one of the things. I had watched this one to choose it, and we waited a while before we did this episode, and I did not watch it again.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
it's in that category.
Irreversible I watched twice.
You sick son of a
well,
bitch.
Because of the thing of knowing where it ends when I'm watching again. That's a different kind of
It'd be interesting to see that again, just to see the movie ending again.
Yes. Yeah. I like the way that would go today. But this one it recommends it to me at a 3, and artistically, very much, a 4.
Yes.
But
definitely.
there's just it's tough for me to give it above a 3. I think I'm gonna have to go with 3, Netflix gave it a 4. I'm gonna leave it. My thumbs. That's another thing.
So your Netflix is 4, but your actual is 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
whereas mine's.
It definitely gets a lot of points for the artisticness, the originality, but the way it tells the story in it, and that it tries for all that. But I think in the hands of a different director, this could go very south.
Sorry.
We're beyond that. All right. We'll talk more in our extended, but we'll talk about what we're going to do next week. Your pick.
My pick!
Palate cleanse?
Huh?
Palate cleanser? Do you have for us?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh, great. It's called Antichrist.
Like
too.
all of the picks that I've been doing lately, I haven't seen, and
All
yeah.
right. Just rolling the dice. See what happens.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good though.
Okay.
It's Mr. Nobody,
Oh.
Who's in that?
Jared Leto. Leto.
Leto.
Academy
Jared
Award
Leto?
winning.
Yeah, that guy.
Jared Leto.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
But I wanna watch
It's been popping up on that Netflix recommended stuff a
Yeah.
lot, so... Alright.
And it thinks I'm gonna give it a 4.
Alright.
So
That's pretty high for a recommendation from Netflix.
yeah,
We'll find out what
They're
Mr.
usually
Nobody's
right.
about next week then.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Join us on that mystery, and thank you for watching. Rate us, review, comment, all that good stuff. Tell us how horrible we are for picking this movie. And if you want even more information, like about the video game, let's discuss
Watch
all
the
of that in the extended. Right.